And welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's other Who Would Win comes to us from Beth B, who asked the question, who will win a fight? Rick Sanchez versus Alucard. And let's just ignore all the stuff that went on with Rick and Morty and just talk about the fight and the character that we do love. By the way, I've tried out this move, and still for life we can't 100% say what it is, but I've seen some people describe it, and I think I now got it a little bit. Anyway, if you have, let me know. What do you think? But look, again, Alucard is like, along with Pennywise and a lot of the horror icons. This is like an elder statesman of the channel here. Alucard obviously is Dracula, Vlad Tepes, who became known as Vlad the Impaler. He turned to vampirism after being betrayed by his god and became Dracula. As Dracula, in this world particularly, he is kind of the beast of, the beast of beasts. He is kind of the ultimate monster in many regards. Like all vampires, he feeds on blood, but he has many, 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 many other abilities beyond that. He's physically more powerful than a normal human. He's faster. He can move through shadow. His body is technically not even organic. It's composed of like a dark energy, ecto thing, blood and all that. He is capable of controlling minds. He's levels of telekinesis to the point where blood manipulation, though that could just be his telekinesis again. He's capable of hypnotism. He is not capable of flight, though he is shown to kind of levitate sometimes. He's capable of phasing through walls. He can turn other people into vampires. He can actually stay out in the sunlight, unlike other vampires. And obviously, he's also famous for his releases, which basically release a lot of his restrained power. Releases 1, 3, 2, and 1 basically just release a portion of his power, giving him more physical abilities, allowing him to release the Hound of the Baskerville, a giant giant gooey hellhound because it's composed of his body. But then you get release restraint level 1, which is his arguably most powerful, but also his greatest weakness. This releases all the souls that he keeps inside of him. In the original series, it was around 2 million-ish, and they will fight on his behalf, protect him, overwhelm the opponents. He is now fully exposed as his Dracula persona, his true persona, though he can revert back to Alucard, and he wields his giant F-off claymore or broadsword, whichever one it was. They interchangeable. Claymore's a lot larger and longer, though. He's a skilled warrior, guns, marksman, along with the jackal, and I can't remember what the other one was. I think it was a magnum of some kind, which has specialty rounds. However, because he released all the souls inside of him, his main body is exposed. And even though vampires, even as like the main true vampire, have greater regeneration than a human, if he is pierced through the heart, he will be killed. This is not usually easy, though, due to the fact that normally he's not in his zero released form, and his regeneration is so hacked that, in essence, whenever he takes a lethal hit that would kill him, one of the souls he has stored inside of him is, supplants that. So he is, by and large, one of the most dangerous dudes on the planet. But is he one of the most dangerous dudes in the multiverse? Well, the long and short of it, no. Rick Sanchez, or Rick C1, is it C137? I think that's what it is. Is our personal Rick that we follow. He is he is the smartest man in the multiverse, in the multiverse, and everything in beyond. In an infinite amount of universes, he is the smartest one, at least on the finite curve. If you can think it, he can do it. The man as he put it, what are my abilities? I can do anything, but only when I want to. That is pretty much Rick. The long and short of it is, if Rick wants to beat someone, he will find a way to beat someone. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. If he's not prepared, he can be overwhelmed. When he fought the Zeus, he wasn't really prepared to fight a Zeus at that point. He just had some of his tech. He had like an energy shield, all that, and he fought the Zeus and he lost. There have been times his tech has not worked, like in the world of the world that evolved around magic. His tech actually didn't function properly until he then scienced magic, turned magic into science. turn magic into science with science. But yeah, it's just, but I don't know. What's the best way? Rick, this is any opponent Rick is usually paired up against. If we're giving Rick Batman prep time, which is basically that's it. Rick is kind of like a Batman who just does not give any Fs. He can do anything and beat anyone with enough prep time. If we're doing that, then yeah, Alucard doesn't stand a chance because with enough prep time, it doesn't matter. But let's say if you were to give Rick his standard array of gadgets, which is still fast. Because let's see, he has multiple different ray guns on him at any different time. He's had a freeze gun on him. He has multiple different cybernetic enhancements, including a cybernetic arm. We literally saw him have like a metal shield around his heart. He's got jet boots. He's got an energy shield. He's got a snake beam. And these are just the stuff I'm listening off the top of my head that I remember he usually has on call at any given point. The dude is literally a walking armory. And this is without him making anything specifically for a specific thing. Let's see. What else does he have? He has like an artificial limb replacement thing when he lost his arm in Fruity World. He doesn't carry a lightsaber on him. He's usually he carries his flask on him. He's smart enough to know when someone's reading his mind. He's smart enough to outsmart the devil. I'm just literally going off the top of my head of everything I've seen him just have on call. Like, keep in mind, anything you see him use that you didn't see him make for that specific circumstance is probably something he just has on him. Let's see here. What else? What else could I remember that he has off the top of my head? No, in the first episode, he brought the boots specifically for that purpose. I mean, there's obviously his portal gun, which can be used offensively and into dangerous effects. The portal gun is no laughing matter. But, what else? He's got, again, energy shields. He was able to make duplicates of himself to confuse the president. Again, this is all just off the top of my head. I'm drawing a blank on anything else very specific that he might have had. Still, even if we're going with this base equipment, this could just be a scenario where Rick outlasts Alucard. It's weird to say, but yeah, Rick could just outlast Alucard just by putting up an energy shield, just going dead, boom, dead, boom, dead, boom. He's just like dead, boom. Or puts him in a shield. He carries, if he's got a ship with him, he's got a whole other arsenal of weapons on him. So he could just cage Alucard at that point with an energy box and just throw him into space or the sun, and he just burns up. Rick is just one of those weird opponents that if you're not, unless you're giving someone just as much prep time, like Rick versus Batman is at least somewhat even, because they're relatively the same in terms of like general intelligence, but Rick has the advantage of actually having better technology than Batman does. So if you gave Batman the same type of technology that Rick had, I imagine he'd be doing a lot of the same stuff to a degree. This was probably, I wouldn't say it's a stomp for Rick. Alucard would definitely be someone who's, I'm saying Alucard or Alucard, depending how you pronounce it. Alucard would definitely be someone who Rick would at least take a step back and try to assess the situation. It's like, okay. Wait a minute. It's like, wait. Are you some sort of vampire or something like that? Cool. I don't really fight vampires that often. But wait, aren't you going to? Well, we'll just put you in the sun and say, you must be joking. It's like, wait, why aren't you burning up? Interesting. You must be like a master vampire or something like that. So the sunlight's not going to affect you. Wait a minute. Are you Dracula? Is that who you are? You're Dracula? As Alucard's like, anyway, and it just throws him to another dimension or something like that. So yeah, Alucard would pretty much, unfortunately, Alucard does not have a good shot against Rick here. And it's just because Rick literally has so many things on call that could actually just put Alucard either down permanently, like just continually kill him, or just trap him and then be like, okay, and he's got enough stuff on him at any one time that Alucard, if he does, it honestly gets the jump on Rick, isn't going to be able to do anything to Rick. So yeah, I would go Rick in this fight. Alucard would maybe try to, like, blow his head off with the jackal, maybe try to eat him, drink his blood, but to no avail. And then Rick would be like, "Oh, all right, that's enough of that." So yeah, or he just makes him 50% lighter than air. Anyway, like he did with the guns. Like, I just made you 50% lighter, and your shoes 50% heavier. There you go. Anyway, I digress. So that's my thoughts. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks for the next one. Have a good one.